can tell you how I feel for you and all the things that I could do to show you the love I have is true. There are many words that I could say, or melody that I'd like to play to show you the love I have is true. That chord is a tritone. Welcome back to the Music Mindset channel. I'm just messing around a little bit, got a little bit of cold, and it's one of those type of nights. I thought I'd get into something that a lot of you probably don't know a lot about, and it's the tritone. Now, I do hear a lot of musicians talking about it on the internet, but they don't really know the history behind it. And some of the history that I'm seeing as being told is not quite as accurate as they think it is. So tonight I'm going to get into the history of the tritone and how powerful that chord is in music. They call it the devil's chord. It's the reason that a lot of people used to call rock and roll and rhythm and blues and that type of music devil's music. So hang on for a minute. This is going to be an extensive video. Give me a little bit of your time so you can learn something. I'm going to let Mr. V-Man take a few minutes with you, and I'll come back after that.
Yeah, that's creepy sounding if you think about it. Those are examples of tritones. Oh yeah, it's okay in music now. But back in the day? Not at all. Well, today we're delving into the mysterious world of the devil's chord, also known as the tritone. Tighten up, y'all, because this musical journey is going to take us from medieval excommunication to contemporary gospel revelations and beyond. Picture this. It's the medieval era, and the Catholic Church held a tight grip on musical practices. In this dramatic musical tale, certain music intervals were deemed so sinister that they were labeled as diabolus in musica, or the devil in music. And guess which interval topped the list? The tritone. 3 whole tones of dissonance, casting an ominous shadow over the musical landscape. The tritone was the forbidden fruit, an interval that created tension and unease. In fact, during the medieval and Renaissance periods, composers who dared to use the tritone risked severe consequences, including excommunication and accusations of heresy. The Church saw this dissonant interval as a direct challenge to the divine harmony they sought to maintain in sacred music. In the 14th century, enter Guillaume de Machaut, a bold medieval composer who subtly helped introduce the tritone into music, challenging the Church's musical norms. While not specifically credited, Machaut's approach to harmony opened the door for dissonant elements, including tritones we hear in subsequent periods. Medieval arrangers who had the courage and nerve to take the risk employed the tritone to represent the devil. On the other hand, Roman Catholic composers sometimes used it for referencing the crucifixion of Christ. Then along comes Ludwig van Beethoven. And one of his compositions known for the prominent use of tritones is the Fidelio Overture, Opus. And by the 19th century, you have got lots of presentations of evil built around the tritone in classical pieces. Fast forward to the 20th century, where the tritone found itself in the hands of Igor Stravinsky. His revolutionary ballet, The Rite of Spring, composed in 1913, shook the foundations of classical music. Stravinsky's deliberate and powerful use of tritones in this ballet created an intense and primal atmosphere, redefining the possibilities of musical expression. But wait, there's another entrancing composition that showcases the tritone. Modest Mussorgsky's Night on Bald Mountain. This Russian orchestral work, arranged by Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov, immerses you in a dark and dramatic atmosphere. You can hear the powerful and dissonant tritones in the orchestral textures, creating a sense of tension and unease. Now, in the case of Giuseppe Tartini's The Devil's Trill Sonata, one of the absolute toughest pieces a violin virtuoso can take on, the mark of the beast might be twofold. Some who've tried this incredibly difficult piece claim they failed at first, but in a dream they heard the devil giving them instructions on how to play it with ease. But while we're talking about the devil in music, let's not forget the legendary Niccolò Paganini, the virtuoso violinist of the 19th century. Paganini, often referred to as the devil's violinist, mesmerized audiences with his extraordinary violin skills. Paganini's private life and reclusive nature led to rumors and legends about his dealings with the devil to attain his extraordinary skills. Stories circulated about him selling his soul to the devil in exchange for his unparalleled virtuosity, a myth that has persisted in the folklore, adding another layer to the mystique surrounding the tritone in music history. 2 centuries later, they would probably have been in a heavy metal band. Now, let's move further in the 20th century, where the tritone found itself in the hands of rock legends like Jimi Hendrix. In Purple Haze, the iconic riff not only showcased Hendrix's genius, but also flipped the script on the tritone, turning it from diabolical to rebellious, a symbol of artistic freedom. It's a favorite among metal bands too, and can be found in any number of Black Sabbath songs, though guitarist Tony Iommi says that he simply used something that sounded right, really evil and very doomy, and that he didn't think he was going to make it devil music. The progressive rocking band Rush even manages to shred its way through both ascending and descending tritones multiple times in its 4.5-minute, decidedly epic song YYZ. But wait, there's a plot twist. In the realm of contemporary gospel music and R&B, the tritone underwent a miraculous transformation. No longer banished to the shadows, it emerged as a passing chord, elevating the emotional resonance of the music. Take Kirk Franklin for instance. Throughout most of his music, the tritone is seamlessly integrated, not as a source of fear, but as a vehicle for spiritual intensity. I mean, gospel groups like the Winans, Fred Hammond, and the Commission made the tritone in passing chords famous, especially in their early work. Who would have thought that the devil's chord would find a home in the sanctuary of gospel? Wow, and now, a gospel song might not even be considered good unless you hear numerous tritones in the music. Kind of ironic to say the least, right? And in the world of R&B, artists like D'Angelo, Erykah Badu, and other neo-soul groups have embraced the tritone, using its dissonance to add a modern and sophisticated edge to their music. It's like the forbidden fruit becoming the secret sauce of contemporary harmony. Hey, there are many more instances where you'll find tritones, but we'll end with what we just can't leave out. Movies. Yep, the electrifying realm of cinema, tritones are the secret weapons of composers, injecting spine-tingling excitement into our favorite movie moments. Picture the iconic shower scene in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, where Bernard Herrmann's use of tritones adds a shocking and unforgettable layer to the suspense. Think of John Williams' score 4 Jaws, with the tritone lurking beneath the surface, signaling the imminent danger of the great white shark. These devilish intervals have become synonymous with cinematic thrills, from the eerie, tension-filled landscapes of horror classics to the pulse-pounding crescendos of action blockbusters. The tritone isn't just a musical note, it's a sonic roller coaster, propelling us into the heart-pounding, edge-of-our-seats excitement that defines unforgettable movie moments. So, there you have it, the intriguing tale of the tritone. Once condemned, now celebrated. From excommunication to rock rebellion and gospel glory, the Devil's Chord has certainly come a long way. It kind of sounds tame these days, since you hear it in almost all music genres in modern times. So there you go. What do you think, Mr. Mindset?
Yeah, the tritone, man. The tritone is the chord, the devil's chord to all music. How ironic. At one time, it was seen as something that could just destroy the psyche of an individual, and it was pretty much banned. Contrary to popular belief, it was not legally banned, but it was frowned upon when it came down to religious music. And that's what I'm giving you tonight, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit of creepy, and those chords that you hear, they do bring some fright, don't they? I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you learned something. I hope you check me out next time on the Music Mindset channel, where we do some of everything here. So go ahead and subscribe and check us out next time. Thanks.